welcome to 1159. I am Jared Elrod, and aka Pastor Jared, aka Chaplain Elrod. And today's video is a little different. My buddy Doug is going to be doing some outdoor camping survival in the snow. He shot this video 11 months ago. We're going to start providing a lot more of this outdoor content. We got to go record it first. So until then, check out this video with my buddy Doug. You will recognize him from videos such as Round Mountain Workout with Doug. Enjoy.
Hey everyone. So today, I don't know what the date is. I think it's the 13th. I'm going on my first winter camping trip. Winter cold weather camping trip. So I've been planning this trip for probably, I don't know, 3 years, something like that. And the criteria for the trip have kind of changed over time, but it essentially narrowed down to it had to be cold, so definitely winter months. As much as possible, still needed to be a relatively minimalist trip. I wouldn't say the way that I packed this time was minimalist completely. I mean, there's a lot of survivalist guys and, you know, more experienced cold weather campers who I'm sure their packs are a lot more slimmed down. But I kept it as light as possible. I don't have a lot of extras. I don't have anything fancy. It's all just to make sure that I am safe and somewhat comfortable. Comfort was not really too much the goal, but you know, I don't want to be completely uncomfortable the whole time. So I'm doing just one night. It's about 11 o'clock right now in the morning. So there is snow rolling in right now. Temperature right now is 28 degrees. It's expected the high today is 32, I believe. And then it's supposed to stay around there through the night, which is not bad at all. It's been around 2 degrees in the morning most of the week, so I'm actually catching a break. I have Coda with me. We have everything we need. Snow is rolling in right now, I can see it, so I'm trying to get to my pull-off quickly. I will be hiking in about 1.5 miles to where I'm going to camp. I have been to the campsite before with some friends. We've kind of started little makeshift shelters out of, you know, trees and stuff. Which I decided to go with that route because it's going to snow tonight or very soon. So as much cover as I can have, and I know where it's at, that's going to be good, because this is my first time doing a trip like this. So I do enjoy my survivalist camping trips, my minimalist trips, but because this is cold weather, I'm unpracticed here. So this will be a first. I'm going to see how it goes. I'm going to take a lot of notes. I'll record a lot of it, take a lot of pictures. Coda's singing in the back. He's excited. But I'm going to be writing a lot down so that I make a note of what I need, what I don't need for next time. Hopefully there will be a fair amount of reduction. I do feel like I packed too much, and I'm probably going to be a little bit overdressed. Obviously that's a good thing for right now, but if I'm overdressed, I'll know for the 30 to 20 degree range, if I pack too much, how much I can reduce next time. And then there's some gear that I need that I don't have yet that I compensated with other things. So like, for example, I don't have a sleeping pad, or like a cold weather insulated sleeping pad to keep me off the ground. So I have more than I would like to carry in wool blankets. That way I have at least 2 down underneath me for insulation from the ground. But I'll get into gear list in a little bit, and I'm actually going to be at the pull-off shortly here, so I will be showing you guys my gear list. You'll see what I brought, and you know, I'll talk about what I can get rid of for next time, and then by the time I make it through the night, we'll be talking about what I should have brought and didn't, which hopefully isn't much, because that would not be good. Well, all right, I'm here. I've got my gear on. Coda is way too excited. He's crying because we're not walking yet. But it feels a little bit colder than 28, but I'm about to start hiking, so it's not going to feel too bad. So, I don't know where my beanie is. I have a ski mask for if it gets cold and I need to cover my head when I'm sleeping, which I will. I'm positive I packed it. I'm just not sure where. So it might be in the bottom of my bag somewhere, but either way. Got the poncho on. Got my pack. As I said, more blanket than I'd like to be carrying. But we're good to go. And I will do a, like I said, when I get to camp and I get things set up, because the snow is falling now and it's catching up with me quickly, I will get a gear list going. So, come on, Coda. Good boy. Coming down pretty good. Well, I mean, it's light snow right now, but yeah, I'm gonna get dumped on. All right, so I've cleared some of the snow away. This is where I'm gonna put my tent. The blanket hanging up there is kind of a wind block, but as you see, if I climb out here, I've got a pretty good cove in here. I keep using the word cove. That's not quite right. I don't know which word I'm looking for. Well, I mean, technically it is a cove, just not a watery one. I don't know. But anyway, pushing this snow out of the way. All right, quick gear list. We have my poncho, a spare pair of gloves, and then the ones that I'm wearing for most of everything is this pair of Carhartts. They've been keeping my hands nice and warm and dry. Then my sleep system, I have this 32 degree bag. I wish it were rated a little bit colder, but that's fine, because underneath I have one wool blanket and two wool blankets. In the sleeping bag is a liner, and then what can go on top of me in the sleeping bag is a third wool. So that's that. And then I'll just use poncho or jacket or my backpack as a pillow. And then, so we've got flashlights. We've got two of those. I've got my headlamp for when it gets dark. In that tin, I have some cotton swabs as just some backup fire starter. Multi-tool. In here is my knife sharpener. My Garmin eTrex. I have my axe sharpening stone, which I do sharpen all my things before I come out. This is my knife that I'll use for mostly everything. I've had it for a few years and it's done nothing but great work. And I put it through a lot of abuse too. It's a good knife. So extra socks. I have 2 pairs just in case. Cold feet, not fun. And then now over here we get into leisure, I've got my Bible. This book that I'm reading, I got it for Christmas. It's super cool. C.S. Lewis and Sigmund Freud. It says debate. It's not really a debate because they were about a generation apart in age. So it's more of a comparison done by this Dr. Nikolai, but it's really great. So then I've got my notebook there. I only brought this. It's deep enough I can boil water because I did not bring water. I will melt snow. I brought a canteen worth with me for drinking now. And then I've got the handy dandy radio, but this is also a flashlight and a battery bank. It cranks and provides power, so if my phone should die, I can charge it. Extra ammo because the old iron on the hip, the old big iron. I've got my SIG P226. Let's see. And yeah, so that's what I'm working with because there are big kitties in the area. And by that I mean mountain lions and, well, that's probably the only predator. The extra ammo is for funsies. Charging cable for my cell phone. Oh, and then by my head here is my other lantern, which also is a battery bank. And then over here I have my, how many liters is this? This is a 50-liter bag. No wonder I feel stretched thin. So I'm going to be getting a 70-liter bag. I thought this was a larger bag. I mean, it's plenty, carries a lot. I've done a lot of trips with this bag. It's got bottom pocket here. I always like to have bungees because strapping all these wool blankets to the outside or a sleeping bag to the outside gives you more room for in here. Yeah. After this trip, I'm going to get a 70-liter bag because I had a wool blanket, sleeping bag, and tent packed in here along with all of my accessories there. I also have some first aid in the top here. I've got some Band-Aids and gauze. What else have I got? Probably, I have lip balm over there. I have some hand warmers too in case things get crazy, but I don't think I'll need them. And then I also had to hike in a second backpack. This is like a little day pack that I've had for years. I carried my food in here. Looks like I've also got some more first aid there. I've got my food in there. And this is what I carried my books in and the spare ammo. So that's pretty much it. Let's see. What else have we got? Coda's not happy with me because I've been hanging out in here while I get things set up. But you're not allowed in yet. Nope. It's not time. Okay, so let's come out here. Still snowing pretty good. So if we back out, that's the camp. There's my tent. Walk around here. As far as clothing, I am wearing, I found my beanie. I'm wearing a jacket on the outside, a hoodie. I have a long sleeve shirt on under that. I have a Under Armour thermal shirt under that, and then I also have a tank top undershirt under that. So I'm plenty warm. Not so much that I'm sweating though, especially while I've been still setting up tent. No sir. And my pants, I'm just wearing a pair of jeans and I have some compression leggings underneath. That sounded like thunder. Huh. I'll probably go up to, see if you can see. I want to hike up there today. It sounds crazy to hike in this weather, but I mean, it's really nice out. The snow is snow, but you know, that's fine. But what I need to do first, now that I'm this far, oh, and then I also have, this is a pair of Forestry Rock Rooster boots, waterproof. They're not super insulated, but I'm wearing wool socks and my feet are warm. My friend also lent me a pair of his very insulated hiking boots, which I did not hike in. I decided I wasn't going to go with those just because I'm not used to wearing them, and well, that would be the number one reason. I'm not used to wearing them, and a trip like this, I kind of want to be on my P's and Q's, just because I'm way out here and it's coming down. Oh yeah, and so here's my water. I have my canteen there. I do have water in there, but with that said, I'm going to go collect firewood so that I can get a fire started, and then I can go and explore and play and shoot or whatever I want to do until it gets dark. And then we'll make some dinner. Coda, we'll make some dinner. I brought him some kibble, and my wife packed me an extra pork chop, so he might be getting lucky tonight, depending on how hungry I am. He might not. I mean, he'll still get some. I'll share, but finally, now that camp's set up, it's always a big relief when you get this far. I still have to get wood, but I'm not worried about the fire. Getting that started. It's just nice having camp set up, knowing everything is inside of it and protected and dry. So from here on in, I can just enjoy myself. So these are mostly, this is juniper. It's mostly all juniper up here. So yeah, mostly juniper and a lot of sagebrush, or up here, they're old and gnarled enough that they're sage trees. Most of this is all juniper. Watch the X. So I've got some dead juniper here. So I'm going to cut this down and take it back, just because, unfortunately, there is a lot of dead, really nice sized logs laying around, but I can't use them because, yeah, they're all wet. That's super fibrous. So I can peel this bark off and kind of rub it together and get really fine hairs from it, and it makes fire starting super easy. I was gonna do some hardcore cool guy camping stuff and have my my fire steel, and start my fire with my fire steel, but I can't find it, and I forgot to buy a new one. So I have a lighter, it's fine. Easier for myself. So what I'm gonna do now that I've got essentially a tree, I could still stand for some more, but I do want to go, I want to go play. So I'm going to separate this up. I'm going to take all these frilly bits, put them in a pile. I'm going to take that this that I was talking about and separate all this out and get it ready, and then the thicker ends I'm gonna get chopped into nice pieces that'll fit in this little oven thing. And so there was not such a good pack out last time, which I'll be doing this time. I've got some friends who we came out one time during the warmer months and came out here and found this spot. And we were planning on, you know, putting walls here and building upon this place, which never really happened. But what we did do was find these stones and kind of build almost like an oven. So that's going to be nice tonight. It'll be warm, and these stones are perfect for cooking on because I can put my pan right on top. After the fire is burned down and it's just really hot coals under there, I'll keep the fire small, put another stone on top of here, and then close this wall in and just kind of stoke this fire underneath. And that way, I'm not going to use a ton of this wood to keep it going. It'll be protected from the snow, and it's good for cooking. So I'm going to separate this wood out, cut the little pieces off, smaller pieces, and then big pieces, and go from there. Well, actually, yeah, I'm going to do that first, and then I'm going to go have fun. Get the work out of the way, you know. That first load is processed. It's actually really nice in here, or working in here anyway, because I don't know if you can really tell through the camera, but it's coming down pretty good. And I'm still getting I'm still getting snowed on in here, but it's not nearly as bad. That tree is providing a lot of cover. So is this. I mean, they all are. It's a really great setup. I'm enjoying it. Things are going really well for the first time. Let's hope it keeps going that way. I'm sure it will. So processed. This is all bark, easy ignitable. That's all the tinder twigs. Those are the chunky boys. And Coda is standing right over the ones he really wants to steal. Excuse me, sir. Thank you. And those are my mid-sized sticks. So we'll do a fire starting video because you gotta. But it's 2 o'clock now, so I probably have about 2.5 hours before it gets dark. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Honestly, this is stuffed in there. That's gonna be plenty of firewood for cooking. If I want to, I mean, I was really considering doing like just a tarp tent, which, I mean, would have been nice. That way I could have kind of stuffed my fire under my tent and gotten closer to it. But since this isn't going to provide me much warmth or any while I'm sleeping, you know, I don't really need to have it going all night. Having said that, though, I would feel more comfortable with just a little bit more. So I'm probably going to go grab some more and then go have fun. All right. It is now about, it's probably almost 5 o'clock, around 4, something like that. So I'm going to start with, it's still been snowing constantly. I've kind of been somewhere between chilling and not napping, but kind of napping in the tent. Like I said, those are just little Vaseline cotton balls. And then I have that bark there. Watch out, Coda. And then little twigs, which I have here. I get some more of those. Ooh, it is getting cold. Well, I mean, not much colder than it has been, honestly, but I should have worn my friend's boots. These were doing good until the snow got deeper. Now, can you not? They are definitely saturated. Okay, so we have sticks, little sticks, the bark. Don't really like taking my gloves off. That's not fun, but you know, it is what it is. Okay. Carefully. It's about 5:30 now. I don't know what the temperature is. My phone doesn't say. It doesn't feel that cold. Probably still in that 28 to 30 range. Yeah, it's been nice. I got that additional firewood, which I'm glad about. Let me see if I can. I've gone through a bit of it. You can't really see. Let me turn my headlamp on. So that was the big stack. I mean, a lot of it's under snow too, so I still have a lot. But yeah, I've just been drying my boots out, drying my socks off, dried my gloves out, and this fire is roaring. I've got my cooktop there. That'll be nice. But for now, I am just enjoying the warmth, drying all my stuff out, which was nice because my boots and my socks did get pretty wet to the point where it was getting uncomfortable. So that's when I really wanted to light the fire because, yeah, I wanted to warm up my feet. My boots and my socks are pretty much dry now, so I do have them back on. And then pretty soon I'll cook. I'm not really all that hungry yet. Well, I mean, I could eat, but I'm not in a rush. Aside from that, I mean, yeah, it's been nice. The fire was a little sketchy at first, so because my lighter actually ran out of fluid, so that wasn't cool. But luckily, and the fire died actually. So my fire got started, then it died. Then I realized my lighter was out of fluid. Didn't have my fire steel, like I said, so I was out of any additional fire making stuff. Trying to do a bow drill in the with soggy wood wouldn't be fun. But luckily I had enough embers from the bark down at the bottom that were just staying lit and having a nice smolder that I was able to get those kick-started, just blowing on them and getting wind, and then having the twigs sit over them and just keep getting those embers hot enough that eventually they did light the twigs, and so we're where we are now. I have a nice big fire, and I have enough hot embers under there I could stick an actual soggy log under there and it would still catch on fire. I was actually sitting over there a second ago and had to move because it got a little too hot. So yeah, it's going good. It's still snowing. I can't see all that much. No, yeah, it's definitely still snowing. This really is the perfect spot for this, because I am still getting snowed on, but it's such a small amount compared to what's dropping out there. At least it's not windy. It's consistent. But it's not windy. It's really nice in here. So I'm actually probably going to stay up, not as late as I possibly can, but I'm going to try to stay up pretty late and just hang out by the fire, even after dinner. Although, the only thing about my stool, better than nothing for sure, is I have no back support, so I'm sitting at like a kind of weird angle. So I'm a little achy. I would be excited to lay down and read, but there's no fire in my tent, so yeah, I'm gonna hang out here. Coda is leaving and coming back and leaving and coming back. He already ate his dinner. He ate all his kibble, and then I'll still share some real food with him so that he's got some protein and fat and non-kibble nourishment, because he's been a good boy. Dinner is served. Steak and potato and cheddar soup. I'm probably gonna crush this. Well, I'll give Coda a little bit because it's tasty, but I'm gonna eat this and then I'm going to cook up the pork chops. I'll let Coda for sure have he can have a whole pork chop, because I'm gonna eat this and then I'll probably eat some oatmeal or something too, just because I'm super hungry. We'll see how much of that I actually eat as the night goes, you know, once it settles in, but I do kind of want to eat a lot because it's cold, so. So the worst part about this, I've realized as I've gotten up to get everything ready to cook, is that stepping away from the fire absolutely sucks. So actually crawling into my tent and my sleeping bag is not going to feel good. Every time I step away, it feels colder than it did while I was actually out in the storm. Which it's not really storming anywhere, it's kind of just sprinkling snow, which is almost worse because it's kind of just soggy. But yeah, dinner is delicious. All right, good morning. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning. It's 28 degrees. I did not sleep well. Although I've had camping nights where it was colder, so that wasn't too bad. Good morning, Coda. I just really need to get a sleeping pad. Oh my goodness. My back. Well, it's not even my back, it's my sides. And my hips from sleeping on my sides. But between the wool blanket on top and then, you guys can't see me, it's fine. The pad, or the two underneath, the sleep liner, and the bag itself, I was actually pretty warm. Plus my ski mask here to keep my head and face warm. Which seemed like it was waking me up the most often, was just my face getting cold. Because every once in a while I pull the ski mask down. Because, you know, it's restricting your breathing. So in the middle of the night, you know, I'd kind of wake up and have to pull it down so I could breathe properly. And then my face is cold. And then, yeah. And there were some points, I will admit, where, I don't know, my body temperature was fluctuating and I would wake up colder and then kind of warm up again without doing anything, which is kind of weird. I guess that's just my body regulating. But we're all good. And so the plan now is I need to get up, hurry up and pack out, because I need to get back home by 9:30. So I gotta get moving. All right. Camp is packed up. Fire's out. Coda's doing Coda stuff. And time to hike back. It took me about almost exactly an hour from waking up to getting completely ready to go. So, not bad. Especially considering, you know, I woke up, my hands are cold, I didn't have a fire to warm up to, so that's just how it goes sometimes. But yeah, it is time to go home. All right, I have made it back to the truck. It is 34 degrees right now. All in all, I would say things went well. It took me 2 trips to pack everything in, 1 to pack everything out. So, something definitely to be said there about packing. When I was packing in, there's also the issue of my bungees for my wool blankets on the back of my backpack, not super snug. So next time it'll be a matter of take a little bit more time when packing my pack. And there wasn't really anything I didn't need. Maybe some of the little items. Nothing bulky though, not really. So for example, I didn't use my flashlights, either of them. The only lights I needed were my headlight, which I used 90% of the time, and then I had my lantern on in the tent for a little while, maybe 20 minutes before I actually went to sleep. So neither of those really take up all that much space, so there's that too though. I could, you know, omit some of that stuff, but it would be more weight saving than space saving. And I mean, both are important, but I wasn't super overloaded because I was able to carry everything back just the one trip. So a lot of it's going to be better packing, more efficient packing, and then just some more efficient gear. So definitely gonna need if I really want to cut down on how much I carried, how much space I have, I'll need to get a sleeping pad, and then I will need to get a 70-liter bag. That would have been, I would have been able to fit everything in the one backpack if I had reduced at least one of the wool blankets and then gotten rid of the second backpack. So yeah, and then I would have been able to strap that little my little chair to the outside of my backpack and called it good. So yeah, that was that. I hope everyone enjoyed watching. Successful first time cold weather winter camping trip. When I left and hiked out, man, when I say I had a good spot there, the snow was at least a foot hiking out, so my feet are wet now, and some spots where the drifts were 1.5 feet, almost 2 feet. So it snowed really good, and I barely noticed after I got all set up at camp, obviously. But yeah, so my family knows I do solo trips, and then we do the family trips. When I do my solo trips, if you'd like to see more of these, I will record more of them. It was fun recording. It was also a little awkward and annoying at times, just trying to record some of the stuff that, I mean, I'm doing it all with my phone too, so if I had like a GoPro or I don't know, a camera might have been a little bit easier, but then there's extra gear too. It was nice just having my phone. Oh wow, looks like I'm getting out in time. There's more snow definitely coming in. So anyway, I had fun. I hope everyone enjoys watching this, and if I do more, we'll see you next time.
All right, if you made it this far, you at least tolerated the video, probably even liked it, go ahead and give us a like and subscribe, because we're trying to grow this channel, and you know, we need your help. So yeah, we got live streams almost every day, videos Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. Subscribe and keep up with what's going on. Until then, until next video, which is tomorrow with a live stream, unless it's Saturday. I think Saturday's the only day we don't put videos out. Have a blessed week.